And we are live. Welcome all. See, we got Unfinished Project, Mopar Man, Smacky, Ed. Welcome, gentlemen. Glad y'all are here. So, how is everyone this fine Monday evening? Let's see. I only see 2 people in so far. 4 people. Here we go. There we are. D. Scaglione. Hit the thumbs up button. Yes, sir. Thank you very much for that. Irish, what is up? You bring that big old bad ambulance again this year, or you got something else in store? Ed, Smoke Ranch, what's happening? ASO, Mopar Man, let's see. Sir Large Michael of the Hooptiness. I take that as a compliment. Roy Boy, Mopar Brethren, yes. Well, that Irish Outlaw feller there and that Smacky feller there, well, but hey, they're good guys. It's all good. uh, Jason, how goes it, senor? So, I figured since I hadn't had a live in, I don't know, a few months, I guess, just been, taking care of the farm, trying to keep up with everything. Wintertime. Have been working on the 72 Charger though. And hopefully we're going to be having some more content on that very soon. We got the interior done now. So my buddy that's helping me with that, we're trying to set up for this weekend, but of course we're having an ice storm here, so it's hard to say. But we're trying to set up for this weekend to maybe take the Goblin over to his house and drop that 452 in there and see if we can't get that bad boy in place before we ever even fire it up. And then that way we'll be ready to just rock and roll. Ain't gonna be no playing around and swapping things around and all that. So we'll see. But that's the plan. And my next Hoopty Barn project, though, is Mama's 66 Charger. I gotta get in there. I'm gonna do the 4-wheel disc brake conversion on Mama's 66, and gotta put new shocks all the way around it, new tires, all that, and gotta redo the fuel system. But got canceled, huh? Nice. The Goblins paint F7 green or F8? Gosh, I can't remember. I know that it's Sherwood green is the actual color. Is Sherwood green, and the interior is poly green. So, I've got it. It's really weird. My car, that Goblin, it's got 2 fender tags. It's got every freaking option in the world on it, just about. factory AC car, and it's got all the chrome package. It has what was called the Topper X package, and with the hideaway headlights, the half vinyl roof. It used to be gator grain in green. It looked like green lizard skin on top of it. Bear Rose, welcome. But long ago, that vinyl top has said adios, except for a few pieces, some remnants along the edge, and I just left them there. Testa, welcome. Family's Garage, welcome. Nice. Man, I tell you, we're NSB. See, who did I miss up here? I know I missed someone coming in here. Smoke Ranch. 38 POS Racing. All right. Well, anyway, welcome everyone. Just to kind of recap, I haven't. Hey, John, thank you. I am a man of many hats. There's my hat rack. But I tell you, I am so excited about this year's No Name Nationals. Is the Charger going to be there? That is the plan, Brian. That is the plan. Actually, the plan is to have the Charger at MoCan this year for the Mopars Invade, the end of April. And, the plan last year was to have it done before the No Name Nationals, but things got kind of messed up. But we're a lot closer this year than we were last year. So, we're a lot closer. We just lack a few small odds and ends on the engine, and she's basically ready to go. My transmission's ready to go. I'll have to get a driveline built for it, but for the most part, she's ready to rock and roll. So, my goodness. Welcome all the new folks. Goodness gracious. I don't think I've had this many people on live and I don't know ever. But anyway, so the plan this year is to have the Green Goblin ready for the No Name Nationals, as well as the Blue Goose. And for those of you who don't know what the Blue Goose is the 31 Plymouth PA sedan. And I know it seems like a lofty goal, but the whole reason that I got that truck as a donor for the 31 is that I plan on swapping over the motor, the transmission, the wiring harness. I mean, the whole 9 yards, because I figure that way I've got all the electronics already set up. I don't have to manipulate nearly as much stuff like I had to on the 51 Coronet last year. I mean, that Coronet, that was a lot of work. That was a lot of work. And now I'm not saying the 31 will be easy, but I believe I'll have more time to do it. Turbo Tom, Patrick, hey guys, Nathan, Mohawk. But yeah, that is the plan, is to have both of them ready to go for the No Name Nationals. But I'm really looking to try to have the Green Goblin ready for MoCan this year too. I really want to run it a few times before the No Name Nationals, and kind of get a feel for it and all that. And, maybe I can find somebody else with a naturally aspirated big block Mopar that wants to run me, just kind of even, fairly even match. So 2 cars is a lot of work. That's right. I know. Yeah, that Z28's sweet. Yeah, well, like I said, the thing with my Green Goblin though is it's almost done. I mean, I've already gone through. I've been piddling with it for 2 years now. Originally I bought a motorhome. What rear end does the Charger have? It's got a Mopar 8 3/4. It's got a 489 case of 355s in it. But I originally bought a motorhome 440 and 727 that I was just going to put into the car and just get it to where it would drive. And then a guy that I knew, he says, "Hey man, I spun a bearing in my Barracuda." He was drag racing a 67 Barracuda, and he had a 440 that he had bored out 30 over, had all the racing stuff in it. He told me, he says, "I'm going a different route. I will sell you all of my Mopar stuff for $1,000 and you fix my fireplace." So yeah, that worked out pretty dang well, because the 440 that I got from him, it had the 440 source stealth aluminum heads on it, the high rise intake, a lot of stuff. But I figured, well, if I had to have it machined anyway, why stop at 30? So we went 60 over. So now it's a 452. So, I figured, yeah, we put Keith Black pistons in it and all that, and it should hammer. I mean, it really should. So I'm pretty excited about it. I've owned that car since I was 18 years old, and it was just a 318 car, and I'm never going to sell it. So I figured, well, I'm going to fix it the way I feel like it should have been in the first place, fast. So that's the plan. So I'll tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and open up an invite here. And if anyone wants to hop in here, let's go ahead and see if I can remember how to do this. I believe I can do it. Maybe. There it is. There it is. Holy cow, I think he's going to make it. But yeah, if anyone wants to jump in here, man, I just wanted to get a few of them things out of the way and let y'all know what I got going on. Hand pink waving. Okay. It's like riding a bike. Yeah. Every time you fall off, it still hurts. Yeah. That's why I don't ride bicycles. Let's see. Well, Blake, welcome. Thank you, Eric, for subscribing. I appreciate that. So, who's got questions for me on any of the projects we got going on? We got a lot going on. We got 2 different Chargers and the 31 Plymouth. Aha. There we are. Welcome.
What's happening, Mike?
Oh man, just living the dream.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
Hear you.
Yeah, me and the wife, we just got finished making about another 40 pounds of sausage today. Yay.
Nice. Wow,
Yeah.
that's a lot of work.
Yeah. It is. So Roy Boy's asking me, what's your time goal for the Goblin? My time goal is to have it up and driving by the end of February. That's my goal. One Eye Cat wants to know about what I'm putting in the 31. I'm putting that 318 out of the 86 Dodge D250 in there.
It
Am I
should
going to
move
tell
that
the
along
story?
pretty good.
Yeah. The story of the goose, or leave it to the video. Okay, well, the goose, I'll tell you real quick, just a short version, is that the blue goose was bought by my great uncle, which was my grandmother's brother, back in about 1950. And he had it down here in um, uh, Yellville, Arkansas. And my dad and his cousin they towed it over to Eureka Springs, Arkansas. And my great uncle said that he would pay them boys to drive it to California, to deliver it to California. And this is in 1964 when they were going to deliver it. They put a 48 Ford flathead motor in that 31 Plymouth. They didn't have a motor or anything, and it was too wide to fit in there. So they just let it set in there on the fender wells, and they drove it all the way to California without the motor tied down at all.
Oh my.
Yeah, and they made it all the way there. And when they finally got there, they finally started getting ticketed. And they got a whole bunch of tickets for smog and improper windshield and improper tail lights and all that stuff. And I mean, it was quite the deal. And long story short, my cousin and I are planning on taking that same trip this fall after the No Name Nationals in that car. But instead of the 48 flathead Ford, it's going to have a 318 out of an 86 Dodge pickup.
It's going to
So,
be bolted down, I take it.
oh yeah, it'll be bolted down. I mean, the bolts may not match or whatever, but that's not important. uh, and I saw my next project was asking about the plans for the 66. Now, the 66 is Mama's car. That 66 Charger's my wife's car, and we're going to be doing the four-wheel disc brake conversion on it. Because when I bought the car, the whole disc brake conversion kit was in the car with it. So, I mean, and it needs brakes anyway. So, well, if you've got everything right there, so we're going to do the four-wheel disc brake conversion. We're going to have to put new shocks and tires and stuff like that. And I got to go through the fuel system because right now it has a 1 gallon gas jug under the hood with a bungee cord that's feeding it gas. So,
What's
other
in
than
that,
that,
Mike? What's in that? Is that a poly in that,
it
or is that
is.
a?
It's a poly 318 with a three on the tree still.
Oh wow, it's a three on the tree.
Yeah, it's a super cool old car, man. I love it.
That's different for a
Yeah,
Charger.
that's going to be Mama's, go to town, go get groceries, whatever, Sunday driver. Um, and we're planning on leaving the paint and everything just like it is. We're just going to get it cleaned up and clear coat it and just love on it and drive it. And I mean, it's going to have brand new brakes and any suspension work it might need or whatever. I'm going to go through
Yes,
all of that stuff. I'm going to make sure that it's roadworthy and safe. And we're just going to drive it and love on it, man.
nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And that was why the guy sold it to me. He had a couple of other guys who offered him more money than what I paid for it. And he wouldn't sell it to him because first thing they said they were going to do is rip that 318 out of there and put in a 440 and the 4-speed in the console and all that. And he was just like, no, man. He's like, I don't need the money, not like that, And
Yeah.
it's all matching numbers car, I
Oh,
mean,
geez.
not every car has to be a hot rod, dude.
No, that
You know,
doesn't. It really doesn't.
you can pull
You
any
know.
car out of the junkyard and make a hot rod out of it or out of the trees somewhere. That's what I did with that 51 Coronet that I ran last year. I pulled
Yeah.
it out of the trees, been setting for 15 years under the trees after the guy's grandkids got a hold of it and they ripped all the interior out of it, took out the drivetrain, chopped a hole in the roof and put a Nissan electric sunroof in it and all that.
God.
And then they
Holy
just left it
Christ.
sitting under the trees for 15 years.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, that was their idea of fixing it up. Hey, Grandpa, can we fix up that old Dodge? Yeah. Well, so unfortunately, that's what happens to a lot of them old cars. They get real excited off the bat, you know what I mean? And then they lose interest or lose steam or,
Yeah, and then it
run
just
out of
sits
money
and
or
yeah,
whatever.
just sits there and goes
Yeah,
to waste.
right. So anyway, I got to get Mama's car done. I got to get that 66 done. And then it's just going to be, it's going to be hardcore hammering long days on that 31, but it will be done.
Hmm. Now, what's in your other Charger? Is that a 72?
That 72, it's
Yeah.
okay. I'm building a 452 for it. It's
Oh,
a
okay.
440 60 over.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and I'm going to keep it, just a big old 750 double pumper on it, naturally aspirated. That's, I think it ought to have enough get up and want to, just like that.
Well, yeah, it'll have all kinds of torque. I mean, that's what you need to get one of them big things moving.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's
It's a
a
lot of
big
car
old
to get
car.
moving.
Yeah.
They're not light.
Well, and I've had that car since I was 18 years old. And
Oh, wow.
yeah, it's made it through a lot.
Wow.
Yeah. So the cool thing about my favorite thing about that car, not everybody is into chrome and not everybody's into all the, the decals and all that stuff, on there. But I love the stripes on it and I love the chrome and it's got chrome everywhere. I mean, it has chrome on the armrests and the drip rails and the fender wells and down the sides and on the trunk lid and front of the hood. I mean, it's got chrome everywhere and I
Jeez.
love it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is that a hideaway light car or no?
It is. Yeah.
It is a hideaway. So it's an
Yeah.
SE then. Okay.
Yeah, it's got what was called the Topper X package. It's got the hideaway headlights. It's had the gator grain vinyl top, which is long
Oh, wow.
gone. But
Wow,
it's got the slapstick in the console, the rally dash 150 mile an hour speedometer, all that stuff. But it was just a 318 car when it came out, and it never was real fast or anything, but it was always a cool car.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. But I thrashed on it because I was a dumb kid, and it said Charger, and I thought that meant you could drive it like Dukes of Hazzard. So it's got the front fenders kind of curled under, and
Yeah. Kid down the street from me, his dad bought a brand new 71 500 Charger 500.
Yeah.
And he gave it to him when he turned 16. Well, they put a lot of work into this car. They had all the body work done on it, new vinyl top, had it painted chrome crazy purple. Nice. It was a sharp car. And then the damn kid took it out and put a freaking broadsided a tree with it.
Oh,
just destroyed it. Now that was like in 89 or 90. So, I mean, then it was pretty much a death sentence for that car. It was pretty much parts then, but it was just a 318 automatic. But man, it looked good when he got it done. But
Yeah.
he
Yeah,
hit that tree and just bent her right in half.
Yeah, my oldest brother, he had a 71 RT with it had the 383 in it, and man, it was a beautiful freaking car, man. And I don't know why he sold it, but I do know he wanted a 69 Grand Prix,
Oh,
and
jeez.
that 69 Grand Prix is a lot smaller. I mean, it's not a lot smaller, but smaller,
Yeah.
but he wanted that 69 Grand Prix, and he got that 69 Grand Prix instead. It's a cool car, but it's not a 71 RT Charger.
No, they're not. I mean, they're both nice cars, but one's not in the same class as the other one. That's
Right.
for sure.
I mean, of course, that it's all in the eye of the beholder, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm more of a Mopar guy. I love my old Mopars, but I have an appreciation for all old American muscle. I just love old American muscle, and I've owned a lot of cars in my day. All makes and models. But I've always leaned Mopar.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, the other day I was talking with some guys about the Galaxy 500s that I had. My favorite was my 69. I had a 69 Galaxy 500, two-door hardtop, 429 factory. Oh, it was such a nice car.
Oh,
man,
wow.
It wasn't fast off the line, but man, you could ramp that sucker to 110 and just cruise. I mean,
Wow.
it would just go, and loved that old car. And transmission started slipping, and I, traded it off, because I was a stupid kid. I had no clue how rare of a car that would be, and
Oh, yeah. Nowadays, I mean, back then it was just a land yacht.
right,
Somebody just wanted the engine out of it.
yeah.
Did you see any of my questions I was asking?
I didn't say it was questions. No, you said.
I said, when is the 66 be going for Mama?
Oh, when?
Yes.
As soon as I tighten that last bolt.
Oh, Jen's got jokes.
I'm getting ready to get hit.
I don't do it on public television.
Mama Hoop is in the house.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
And who's that? I can't read that. That's so small.
Testis Speed Shop.
Okay.
And what's your first name?
My name's Chris.
Chris. Awesome.
Yep.
Okay. I'll remember that. And Jay is here, and Scott with an S.
Holy crap. Okay. No wonder why you didn't get my questions. They're too small.
They're too small?
That's too small.
See, here, Grandma. Can you believe that she stays with me?
I know, right? I'm working at it. Hello, Mama Hoop. Hey, Heaven.
Scarlet, the four-eyed CUDA. I like that. That is a sweet CUDA too.
Where?
Oh, I've watched some of his videos.
There was one up there.
Yeah, it's a nice car.
Yeah. I've been trying to catch a lot of the newer guys that are just entered the no name 500s and stuff, and catch up on what y'all are working on and stuff. And yeah, boy, that Firebird, you can see that sucker he got hammered good in the back end there.
Oh man, that
thing is folded in tight.
Yeah, and I'm doing the side that didn't get hit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it got hit in the day and it got sideswiped or something.
Hey, Mama Hoop.
And then it got hit a second time. So.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Well, I knocked a couple of dents out of my Charger. One of them was where the teenage girl across the street from my grandma backed into my car, backed out of her driveway, backed into my car and drove off, and just swore up and down she didn't do it. And I'm like, are you serious?
Well,
like, I saw you do it.
Your stepmom went into a house and she swore up and down it wasn't her.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh my God.
But I was just like, really? Seriously?
Jeez.
Put a dent that big around in my car, right behind my passenger door.
Oh,
Luckily,
jeez.
I was able to pull the panel in there, and
Yeah.
kind of beat it out and work it out nice and slow. It
English.
doesn't show
Hi,
a
Wendy.
whole lot, but I mean, you could tell it was there because it's behind that little chrome strip, and that chrome strip it tells the lie there that there was.
Yeah, because you can see the little space behind it.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Where's Wendy English?
Where's Wendy English?
Mhm.
I believe they're in PA, aren't they?
Yeah, they're not that far from me. They're in Williamsport. I'm in Harrisburg.
Yeah.
Did you get a lot of
I
snow?
know they're up there by Buck.
Yeah, Buck's in Lancaster. He's west of me. Ron and Wendy and Don they're north of me.
Mhm.
Yep, they're north of me.
A lot of snow?
No, we don't have any snow.
Man, it is ridiculous.
We had a little bit. We had 3 inches and it melted away.
You need to come down south.
I'll pass. I'm happy with what we have now.
We got ice pellets right now. Our roads are solid sheet of ice. There's a little town of Pea Ridge right up the road from us, where the Battle of Pea Ridge Civil War battle went on. And the roads going out of Pea Ridge are blocked off right now because of accidents and stuff. There's a semi truck turned sideways on there. Oh, 2 semi trucks turned sideways. It's just like nobody's going anywhere out there. Luckily, we live out here in the woods.
Even the mail's not running. That's how bad it is.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, they said you guys were going to get hit pretty good with this stuff. This cold front.
It's solid sheet of ice out there. I mean, I've got a big F-350 with the 6.7 turbo diesel 4-wheel drive, and it's all we can do to go up and down our driveway to go feed our horses and stuff. I mean, it's a solid sheet of ice. We're not going anywhere we don't have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
That's why it was a good day to do all that sausage.
Yeah.
Get it all done and out of the way.
Yeah. Yeah, we do a lot of our own home processing of meat and stuff like that, and we raise pigs and stuff, and it's a nicer way of life, whenever everything's simple and you know what you're eating, and
Well, that's cool. I'm a city boy, so it's
yeah.
I'm
about as city as a turnip green.
I can relate to all that simple living. I wish it was more simple here.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, I really don't know how in the world people make it in the city anymore. I've lived there when I had to, when I was working and traveling and all that stuff. And when we lived in Oregon, we lived in the city, in Salem, in the capital, and yuck.
Bear Rose Garage, he's on here.
Yeah.
Hey, Bear.
And Rick's here. Welcome, Rick. I'm going to throw this invite out here again and try and see if we
get on here.
Get anyone else that might want to come say hello.
I forgot his wife's name. What's his wife's name? Bear Rose. Cher.
How could you remember that?
Aren't we birthday twins?
Auntie Cher?
Yeah, aren't we birthday twins?
I'm not 100%
I feel like we are.
sure. I don't know. But anyway, okay. Put that there. Put that there. See if I can figure this out. There we are.
Bear Rose is laughing. He's laughing at you.
Oh, he's always laughing at me. I'm a funny guy. Oh, your cousins all live in Silverton, huh?
Silverton, Oregon?
Yeah, Scarlett the Four-Eyed Cata. Yeah, said all his cousins live up there in Silverton.
Oregon?
Yeah. We know about Silverton.
Beautiful city. Beautiful town, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Stu. What's his name?
Back was listening. Had to get some painting done, getting ready to repaint the kitchen.
Oh, yeah.
We have to decide on which paint. Paint Patrick, don't remind me about stuff like that. Don't remind Mama Hoop. I got to make some frames for her mirrors for her bathrooms.
Well, I threatened to go to Hobby Lobby and just purchase some, and he's like, $400 per mirror?
No, we're not doing that.
Well, his thing was it's just more intimate if he makes them. It's just more meaningful. It wasn't about dollars. I said, liar.
I've got the tools and the know-how to make them. We'll just make them. And they'll look better than Hobby Lobbies. And we won't have
My wife's a Hobby Lobby junkie.
Yeah.
Is she?
And we won't have
she
to
is.
We won't
I
have
like
to beat up any Chinese kids to make them either. Oh, goodness.
Yeah, she finds stuff on the sales rack and the clearances and stuff usually.
Yeah.
That's where she gets it all.
I used to like it when they had an app on your phone to where you could get things off for like 50 or 40%. I mean, like one day or something. It was like a crazy amount off. And that's the only time I would do it. Other than that, it was just really, really high. You know.
Well, they have some pretty good clearances after the holidays and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So I go there for my paint, for my model kits and stuff. And I like to build models and stuff like that. And I used to do a lot of custom Hot Wheels. I would rebuild Hot Wheels and make customs out of them.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. But now, because of...
Why is he pointing at me? I didn't do nothing. I just want my car running.
Because of Mama, well, she told me, she says, if you would invest as much time, money, and effort in your real cars as you do in playing with those toys, you'd have your real cars going.
Yeah. It hit a nerve, apparently.
I guess you probably wish that you hadn't said nothing.
Oh, no, I was happy. He had an auction and got rid of I don't even know how many freaking cars he got rid of.
I don't know, 1,000 or so that time.
Yeah.
Wow.
I had about 5,000 Hot Wheels at one time.
In our old house, we had 4 bedrooms, and 2 of them were Hot Wheels.
Oh, my God.
Tell me about it.
I'm better now.
He's had counseling.
He's had counseling, huh?
Yes.
But
did you have any good ones like red line?
Yeah, I sold a bunch of my red lines. Yeah. Some of them for really good money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I had a lot of old original the Sweet 16 and all that, and I mean, I collected Hot Wheels since the early 90s. So
wow.
Yeah, I had a lot of super treasure hunts, a lot of just collectibles, a lot
parts and rust,
a lot of movie like genre type collections and series, and I don't know, I had a ton of Hot Wheels. I mean, probably quite literally, if you weighed them, they probably weighed close to a ton. I don't know. I had a lot of Hot Wheels.
Wow.
And not just the 1/64th. I mean, I also had, the full, the 1/18th and 1/24th scale, die cast.
Yeah, because they made bigger ones too.
Yeah, the actual Hot Wheels ones. But I just had to grow up, I guess. I guess we all have to eventually. I grew up ish.
He grew up at it. He grew up about it.
Grew up ish.
Yeah. But I still enjoy my Hot Wheels. I'm mostly just I kept all my wing cars.
Okay.
My Daytonas and Superbirds, because that's my favorite car. If money was not an object, oh man,
he'd have a house for his Hot Wheels.
No, I'd have a house for I would have a house for my Superbirds. But my goodness, did you see what a Superbird goes for lately?
Yeah, the prices are really shooting up on them things.
My goodness, man.
Yeah, it's crazy. What was it? 800,000 it went for or something?
For real?
Yeah. Crazy. I mean, back when I back when I was really seriously considering trying to chase one down, back then I was looking at about $125,000.
Yeah.
Now that same car is unobtainable for someone like me.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, that was a Hemi 4-speed car. I guess it was black.
Yeah.
So I mean, I guess it had some stuff going for it.
Yeah. Well, and my favorite one is the yellow one with the black vinyl top and all that.
Yeah.
But, you know.
So Heavens Mopar says growing up is mandatory, but growing old is mandatory, but growing up is optional.
I agree, Scott. Yes.
Someone says, I hope I pass before I grow up.
Oh, that's Patrick. Yeah. I don't blame you. Now, I don't know, Chris, have you seen Patrick's Dick Landy Duster?
Oh, yeah. I remember that car when it was in Hot Rod Magazine.
Yeah, that thing is sweet.
It is.
That car,
it's
man.
Pretty cool. I was talking to him at the No Names because I was checking it out.
Yeah.
Because I remember the article. It was a crate engine shootout between the ZZ3, I think it was Chevy, and then the Ford crane engine, and then the Mopar one. And they had the Dart. It was right on the cover of the magazine. It was pretty cool.
Right.
Yeah.
That is one sweet car. That's one of my cars I really wish I hadn't gotten rid of was my I wish I hadn't gotten rid of the Duster that I had. I had a 73 340 Duster.
Oh, wow.
I wish to high heaven I hadn't gotten rid of. And but I did, you know. And
yeah.
I traded it for a 18-foot tandem axle trailer. Just a flatbed trailer.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I was just like, well, it's just an old Duster.
Yeah. People don't remember when they were just a car.
Yeah, I know.
I do. I remember when they were just a car, when they were an $800 piece.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Well, and now my 72 Charger, I bought that for myself for my 18th birthday for $1,000.
Oh, wow.
In 1986.
No.
But it was a slick running, driving, complete car, dent free. You know what I mean? It was a nice freaking car, and I gave $1,000 for it. And
that was a lot of money back in the day.
Yeah, but see, I worked my way through high school and all that, you know. So I mean, I had money, and but my first car was a '68 Plymouth Fury 3, big old boat, man. I loved it. You know, it wasn't fast, and you know, it was big old C body, but just a 318 car. But I could fit all my buddies in there. You know what I mean?
And in the trunk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I bought my Chevelle in April of '87, and I still have that. That was my first car. And, I paid $500 for that.
Wow. Yeah. Nice. Well, I paid $125 for my '68 Fury 3. Yeah, not a lot of people remember when you could pay $125 for a running driving car. But it was a big old C body, you know.
Yeah,
it was a big old boat.
Was it a 2-door?
It was a 2-door, but yeah,
2-door. Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was just a big old boat. Man, Scott, that's going to be cool. I can't wait to see that.
That's it.
Said the sports satellite that he pulled out of the junkyard for Scott so he can clone it into a Superbird. See, if I tried cloning something into a Superbird, it'd be like all Joe Dirt, man. It would, I mean, Joe Dirt's car would look good compared to mine. I just, all I do is old ratty stuff, man, for the most part, other than my Charger, you know.
There was a couple. I don't live that far from Carlisle, so I go to Chrysler's every year.
Oh yeah,
yeah. And well, all my friends have Mopars except for me, of course. But we go to went to Chrysler's, and there was a couple there, and they were taking like 71 B bodies and stuff and turning them into Superbirds and stuff like that. It's kind of interesting to see. It was a pretty cool concept.
So I know there's several people on here who have not seen. There's a lot of new folks here. I'm just going to show you a few of my wing cars here. Let me get down the hall back to my room here. I want to show them a few of my wing cars.
You might be embarrassed.
I'm just going to show them the wall. I ain't going to show them the rest of it. Okay. That's the magic of video, right?
Yep.
So
pick and choose.
There's some of my collection.
Oh, I thought you said you quit.
Sadly I did. Yeah, this used to be my work desk. Yeah, it's cars, and there's a printer over there somewhere. Yeah, but
yeah, I know that feeling.
I'll show you a couple of my favorite wing cars here. My little petty. Well, here, let me get it where the light's on it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
That. My Black Sabbath Plymouth Superbird.
Black Sabbath. Nice.
Yeah. That's one of only 500 in the world.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah. And these are all wing cars all the way up there. Let me get to my golden boy here. This, if I can get it, this sucker's heavy. It's anodized gold. One of 500 worldwide.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. I've got a lot of pretty interesting pieces. Let's see. If I can find my... Oh, here we go. Like this one. This is a custom. Remember I told you I used to do customs?
Yeah. Oh, neat. Well, that's cool. Trump 2020.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So
no more bullshit.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm better now. I don't have, well, that used to be all cars. You know, there's still a few, you know, but not anything like it was. And I've still got a few in tubs and boxes and whatever, but for the most part, I've thinned them all out.
You into Daytonas also, or just the Superbirds, Mike?
Well, my Superbird's my favorite, but I like the Daytona as well. You know,
yeah,
I mean, we wouldn't have the Superbird without the Daytona.
Yeah, exactly. Guy used to rent a garage next to my parents, and he had a '69 Daytona in there, semi-automatic car, and it was almost like a real light yellow, almost like a butternut yellow with black stripe.
Oh yeah.
And I think I saw the car. I thought I saw a video on here that the car went for like $800,000 or something, like a couple of years ago when it got sold, and that it's supposed to be really rare. It was a really nice car, but I was kind of disappointed it was an automatic, but it was still a neat car.
I have them in my will. Yes, I do have them in my will. As a matter of fact, my best friend, he collects Hot Wheels as well. And any Hot Wheels that I have left over when I die, he's about 11 years younger than me. And he has to take them. That's in my will.
He has to take them.
He has to take all of my car collection, of my die-cast car collection. So, yeah. My 72 Charger is in my will to my oldest son after I die, because I couldn't stand to let him have it before I die, because if he crashed that thing, man, I would just be sick.
It would just kill you.
I mean, I've kept that thing through, moves all over the country, marriages and divorces, and I mean, and I've still got it.
Yeah. It's like a part of your body after so long.
Right, exactly.
It's just, and it's funny because with the Chevelle, all these people, people are like, oh, you're so lucky you got the Chevelle. And I mean, and the Chevelle's a nice car, and it's like, but I don't think about it because I've had the car so long, it just doesn't even, I mean, it's like, it's just always there because you've just had it for so long, you just forget about it. You don't realize that, because you're just used to seeing it all the time.
Yeah.
Kind of take it for granted a little bit.
John was telling me about his back window art. I gotta see what this is. Oh, nice. I hope John don't mind me sharing. Yeah. I don't know. I don't worry too much about what people think about my political views. That's the thing I love about living in this country, man. You're allowed to be you. Whether people like it or not, you're still allowed. And I do my best not to be offensive to anyone. But some people are very easily offended.
Anymore today they are. Most definitely.
Wendy wants to see the 43 cars again. Oh my. Yeah. Let me make my way back here. Yeah. The 43, the Earnhardt cars. I mean the Petty cars. I got Earnhardt stuff too, but senior, not junior.
Oh, senior.
Yeah. Only because a buddy of mine was really into NASCAR stuff and all that,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is. Let me get where I can get you a better view of it. Yeah, it's the 3-pack. Got silver, blue, and gold. And originally, it was like $12.95. You can't pick up that set for that now. Yeah. I'm a little bit ridiculous about my wing cars. I can't help it. Well, I mean, I probably could help it, but I don't want to.
No, you can't help it. It's alive.
But anywho, so that's what's left of my collection, pretty much. I figured if I just focused on, just keeping my favorite stuff,
Yeah.
What kind of cars are they? Do you mean what brand are they? They're Racing Champions is what the brand is. Nobody seats, steel wheels, hubcaps, 600 watts. Nice. Yeah. I'll tell you what, talking about old cars that we had that I wish I still had an old Pinto station wagon that me and my buddy wedged a 302 in out of a Ford pickup. And just because we could, you know. And well, his dad had a salvage yard, you know, and so he had all kinds of stuff. And first thing that weekend, we took it out, and maybe second time I romped on it, I spun out the rear end. That little, I just shelled out the rear end on that little pen. So we got the idea. Well, we put the rear end from the truck underneath there because it went with the running gear. You know, had to shorten the drive line stuff a little bit, but not much. Actually, only about that far because it was a wagon. But anyway, so then the wheels stuck like that far out past the fenders. We took blocks and put in the springs to raise it up and stuff, and it was hilarious. We were idiots when we were kids.
I bet that handled good.
Oh yeah, buddy. Yeah, you couldn't keep that stupid thing it was ridiculous. But yeah, and because his dad had a salvage yard, he put a 454 in an AMC Pacer just because someone said he couldn't do it. He had to shift it back here.
Yeah.
You know, it was ridiculous. All it would do is just sit there and spin out, and you know, I mean, once you did get it going in a straight line, you better freaking hold on. That was stupid.
What's 38 POS is saying a 74 Vega with a 455 Buick. Oh,
nice.
That's but you know, it's funny because the Buick engine's lighter than a small block Chevy, so
yeah,
there's a heck of a weight advantage there.
Yeah, another buddy of mine, he had a little S10 pickup, and we took the 350 out of a 70 Impala and put in that little S10, and boy, that was like a little rocket sled.
Well, yeah, there's no weight to them things either.
Yeah.
Me too. I call them the Vega of the 90s and 2000s because everybody stuck V8s in them things.
Yeah, and it actually fit pretty easily. It really wasn't that bad.
Yeah, Hooker makes a kit you can just drop them things right in.
Yeah. Well, you know, I was actually going to try to wedge that big old 440 that I've got into that little 31.
Mm-hmm.
And I could do it if I didn't want to put my the skirts on my hood. If I didn't want to put the skirts back on, I could make it fit. Otherwise, it's too wide because that 440 from the outside of the exhaust manifold to the outside of the other exhaust manifold, I think it was 24.5 inches. And inside that fender skirt is only like 19 and 7/8.
Oh yeah, so
yeah,
it
so
would be hanging out, the valve covers and everything would be hanging out,
right? And so it's like, man, I really want those skirts on there. You know what I mean? Because I want to hide that it's got a V8 in there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I've already got a 4-barrel intake tracked down for it for the 318 I'm putting in there. Right now, it's just got a 2-barrel on it. But I'm going to put a 4-barrel intake on it and a 4-barrel. And I've already got the headers for it. And I'm thinking about going and talking to Ed and seeing if we can't just trim them heads a little bit, you know, just take a little bit off of there. And because I'm not going to do anything radical with it, but I am wanting to, you know, warm it up a little bit. But that 31 don't weigh nothing. I mean, it don't weigh nothing, dude. And with that 318 in there, it ought to really scream down there with just a little bit of work. It ought to really scream.
Yeah. Does it still have the wooden frame inside the body and stuff?
Well,
Is it
it has the wooden frame up around the top where
where
it
the
had the
soft top
canvas
was?
top. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so here's something that's going to be fun. I'll give y'all a little sneak peek into the way my crazy cranium works. Is the roof, it's just open right now because, the canvas is long rotted away. The boards are marginal at best. My plan is to take the top of the cab of that Dodge truck and turn it the other way, cut it off, and use that skin on the top of that 31 and rivet it down to make a new roof, a steel roof on that 31 out of that Dodge cab. Because that Dodge cab is really wide. It's an 86. It's really wide. And I might have to hammer it out a little bit on the edges to flatten it out enough to fit, but I think I can make it fit.
Are you just going to put it in the spot where the canvas was at, or are you going to put it around the whole top?
It depends. It just depends on where the curves, where the sides hit and all that.
Yeah.
I'm hoping I can do it, because I would much rather have a steel skin on there than, putting some kind of hokey canvas or something in there.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and that'll stiffen the body up some too if you put that
Right.
in.
Right. Well, it's funny because I got to pull the nails out of the roof around it because all that was put together with nails, like little tacks.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. It's crazy how they put them things together, man. It's nuts.
It's really cool. I can't wait to show everybody, once I get started working on it. It actually has a bullet hole through it. It goes right through the passenger windshield, and you can see that's where it entered, and you can see where it exited right out the back of the car. Yeah. Yeah.
Jeez.
It's a super cool old car though, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It lives a life, that's for sure.
Yeah. Well, my cousin, he's going to redo the seat for me, and he does upholstery as a hobby. So he said,
Are you going to be able to fit in that thing, Mike?
Hey, the way that it's set up right now, I can put the seat anywhere I want it.
That's true. That is true.
You ever see Police Academy with Hightower in there?
Yep. Yanks the seat out of the Honda. Yep. Throws it away.
Right. Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, I can put the seat anywhere I want, man. Yeah.
What for rear are you going to run in that? You going to use the rear out of the truck, or do you have?
Right now, I'm not 100% sure what it's got in, but it's got modern, more modern rear and front in it, because it doesn't have the original hubs on it or anything, original spindles, because the original spindles for hubs for that were like 5 on 5 3/4 or something really ridiculous. They're huge,
It's really a weird setup.
Yeah, and I've got the original old wire wheels for it too.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and I mean, and serious lug pattern is like that freaking big, but now it's sitting on a 5 on 4.5. Like standard small platter Mopar,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I'm not really sure what they put on it exactly, but I haven't really gone that deep into it because I've just been so busy with everything else.
Yeah.
You guys get to learn with me. That's the fun stuff. Hey, J-Bo. Yeah. Those cars are narrow, beyond tight in there with fenders. You're exactly right. That's why I'm going with the 318, Brother Bear, because like I said, I measured, I could have put the 440 in it if I didn't want to keep my fender skirt or my hood skirts on the sides. And I also look at, Hey, Russell, welcome. I'm thinking I want to be able to have it forward enough that I don't have to put my seat way back there. You know what I mean? I'll have the engine and transmission forward enough. If I'd have put that 440 in there and kept the hood skirts on, I'd have had to back that thing through the firewall so far. Man, I mean, it would have been inside the car just about, you know. So I don't know.
You're running an automatic in that too, Mike?
I am. Yeah. Yeah. It's going to be fun.
Oh yeah. No weight to that thing. I mean, it'll move pretty good.
Yeah, I'm really, really excited about it. And of course, I'm excited about fixing up Mama's 66. I'm excited about fixing up my 72. You know, I'm just excited to be where I'm at. You know, I mean, I'm very blessed to be where I am at this point in my life. You know, that you know, I'm getting ready to be 55, and I'm retired from masonry. I did masonry for 35 years.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I figured breaking rocks with a hammer for 35 years. I've earned my keep. You know, and me and the wife, we owned a business. One time we had 24 guys working for us, you know, and I mean, you know, we hammered a lot. We waited a long time to be able to enjoy ourselves. You know, we didn't go on as many vacations as we could have. You know what I mean? We wanted to be able to retire at an earlier age, you know. So so far so good.
Well, that's good. And that's you know, that kind of works just hard on you too. It's hard on your body.
Yeah.
My brother-in-law's a mason, you know, and I mean, he's my year old. I'm 52, so he's 50. I think he's going to be 53. So I mean, it's rough on you, you know.
My shoulder is completely toast. My right from running that trowel all those years, and I just I tell you, man, it's a tough life. It's an honest way to make a living, but buddy, you earn it.
Yeah.
And one thing you don't hardly ever see out there is an old mason out on the lawn. You know, because you wear out your hips, you wear out your shoulders, you wear out your elbows, you know, your knees. It's just tough.
Yeah, and I'm thinking he's probably going to hang it up here in the next couple of years. I mean, he owns his own business. Basically, it's him and maybe a young kid or something, you know.
Yeah.
So,
and seeing, I actually, my best friend, he worked for me for about 15 years. And when I knew I was headed out, you know, I was like, dude, here you go. Here's all the builders. Here's everything. Here's everything you need to know. Little birdie, your feathers have filled in. It is time for you to fly. And I said, I don't want a percentage. I don't want nothing. You can do it. And just let it go, you know. And it's worked out, you know. I mean, he's doing really well. He really enjoys it. You know, I really enjoy not doing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's but like I said, it was an honest living, you know. And I like working on the farm. You know, I still do quite a bit of work out here building stuff and all that. And I don't know if you've seen any of my older stuff that I've put on any of my videos, but I'm always working out here on the farm. We have our own garden, you know, we just do all our own stuff out here basically. So
got enough to keep you busy and occupied.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I guarantee I wouldn't run out of stuff because mama would find something for me.
Jeez.
Yeah, Russell, I guarantee it, man. I had a buddy of mine that I grew up with. He was a concrete guy, and he did that for 30 years, and then he decided to go get a job with benefits and
Benefits.
yeah. Oh, Jerry works up there, Wheeler.
Oh.
Yeah, he decided, he's like, man, I get 3 weeks paid vacation. I get, insurance. He's like, I go to work whether it's hot or cold or whatever, sleet, rain, snow, whatever. I can go to work inside. Don't matter. So, but, seven dark swinger 344.
It's tickling.
Nice.
Oh, it's tickling.
Well, guys, it is 9:40. I've been on here for about an hour and 10 minutes, and I'm thinking I'm going to go ahead and get her wrapped up, and we're going to be getting ready to hit the sack here directly. But I just wanted to kind of touch base with everyone and say howdy and let everyone know what was going on, and, kind of give everybody a heads up on what's coming up on the channel and all that stuff. And of course, we're looking forward to the No Name Nationals and ready to get rocking and rolling. So I guess if anyone else got anything, if not, I'm going to go ahead and get this thing wrapped up, and I'm going to get on off of here. And Ed, I'll have to get a hold of you. We'll go do that lunch, and we'll talk about them heads. And Brother Bear says, good night, Mama Hoop.
Night. Night, Sheriff.
All right.
Night, Jim Bob.
Night, Mary Ellen. All right, we'll see y'all. Y'all take care.
All right, Mike.
Good night.
Have a good one.